Okay, FHA or VA? Which is best for your client? If we go through the financing program, we can make a comparison that would make it very clear to your client which way they'd like to go. FHA, say the sales price is $280. The interest rate is a tiny bit higher, let's say 5.3, with a minimum down of 3.5%, mandatory mortgage insurance up front, giving us a payment of $1,526.69. Of course, you have your property insurance, your property tax, and your mortgage insurance. Go from there to the buyer's cost. Say 1 point origination and $1,400 in loan fees. We have our prepaid items, 30 days of interest, tax impounds, insurance impounds. We have our title charges, that would be the escrow fee, the sub-escrow, title insurance. We've got recording. Let's say $150 for notary, $45 for flood cert, and $300 for an inspection. And we want to show the APR so that the client is ready at closing for this information. We're going to save that. We're going to use the default answer here and say OK. Now I want to go back and do a conventional. Again, the sales price is $280, but in this case we have a little break in the interest rate, 5.25. Is that really worth making a difference, that little tiny bit? Because at 10% down, we're going to have mortgage insurance of $130 a month. You're going to have to also go through the scrutiny of the PMI company. If we go 20% down, which is more common today, we have a payment of $1,236, property insurance and property tax, giving us a total payment of $1,612.61. Go right from there to the buyer's closing costs. We've got our 1 point origination. They have to pay the tax service, which is only $86, $1,400 for processing and docs, which is pretty standard. We have the prepaids. Now, because we're putting 20% down, we may be able to save and not have impound accounts. So if that's the way you're going to go, where they're going to pay their taxes and insurance on their own, we could take out this 6 months of taxes, this $1,750, and this 14 months of insurance, and only have maybe 1 year policy paid up front. So that saves 2 months of home insurance. If you zeroed out the property tax, we'd save the $1,700. Because of the 80% loan to value or the 20% down, sometimes you don't need the impounds. We're going to leave it in though. The escrow fee, sub-escrow, title insurance. Here's our notary, $300 for inspection. Calculate the APR, giving us an above cost of $10,156, but the cash to close is going to be $66,000. I'm going to save that, go with the default answer, and now we're going to print. So we're going to go to Charts, Print Comparisons. I'm going to print the FHA and the conventional. Print it in English. And what we have here is a great way to compare side by side the difference between FHA and conventional. Interest rates are about the same. Sales price is the same. So the new loan on FHA is $274, and on conventional it's $224. So the payments are going to be quite a bit different, 1526 and 1236. Here we have 2,000 on FHA and 1,600 on conventional. But again, you have to come in with that huge 20% down payment. Your prepaids, your closing costs, the closing costs aren't that much different, giving you net costs of $11,131 and $10,156. So you do save a little bit on the closing costs. So your payment is lower and your closing costs are lower, but you come in with 20% down. Down payment on FHA is $9,800, and on conventional we're looking at $56,000. So the big difference here would be the cash to close. $20,931 on FHA and $66,156.02 on the conventional. The APR on each of them is the same, 5.45. So this is the easy way to show which would work better. Now again, we have some benefits of FHA because you have your can have a lower FICO score. You can have a higher maximum qualifying ratio. You have a lower down payment. The cash required to close is lower. And sometimes the closing time is less on FHA than it is on conventional. So the best thing for your client is to give them a choice. Show them the comparison, and they can make an informed decision. Here at the bottom you've got the signature lines and the date, so you know exactly when you presented this information to them. So if you can see this working in your business, don't hesitate to give me a call. See my information here, 909-597-4504. I've also included an order form on this email. Fill it out, fax it in, and I can send your RealPro for Windows program out right away. Thank you.